What is up, everyone, and welcome to the One Kit Wonder Modern Fusion Frequently Asked Questions Episode 1 of 1, Series 1, pilot episode. So, if you follow our socials and our website, you will know that we've recently launched a new series of drum libraries, the One Kit Wonder series, starting off with the debut pack in the series, the Modern Fusion library. So, I thought it'd be a good idea to answer some questions about said library in the Facebook forum. If you're not a member of the Facebook forum, why not? You can find it at www.facebook.com/group/ggd forum. Lots of cool stuff happens in there, exclusive little, bits of knowledge, questions, videos, cool stuff. Go join it. I asked the community what questions they had about it, and now I'm going to answer them. Starting off with Kai Blomely. TCI Files? Smiley face with a sweat mark? No, not with the One Kit Wonder series. The idea of this series is to cater towards songwriters and people who just want to open up the session, load up the kit and get writing and, start getting creative. We wanted there to be no bars between you and your creativity and your ideas. As such, we haven't included the TCI files. Another reason we've done this is to keep the cost down. On sale at the moment, this kit's only $39, which is ludicrous. It's just ludicrous. If you're watching this in the future, it might be at its full price, but it's still seriously cheap. The One Kit Wonder series will not have TCIs, but if you want to start replacing drum stems with this kit, you can easily do that. You can just convert your stems to MIDI. It's super easy, and then you can just trigger the library that way. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, no need for TCIs. Next question, Kevin Williams. Is it supposed to be premixed? I'm guessing comparable to full turbo all the time? And more of a writing tool than final product tool? That's what I took away from the advert. Yeah, pretty much. So the difference between this library and our other ones with Turbo is real-time processing that's happening on the library, which increases the CPU load. So whereas with the One Kit Wonder series, the samples that were put in the library are already processed. So that means the CPU load is way reduced. So yes, they are pre-mixed, or if you want to say pre-processed, pre-baked, pre-mixed. There's processing on them. Nolly takes the samples, puts his wizard mind to it, and puts all the processing that he would do on a normal drum kit for one of his records. Of course, that doesn't mean you can't put on more processing yourself. You can still route the library out to the multi-outs in Contact and into your DAW and then process them further. So even though they're pre-mixed samples, they're still super versatile and you can get them into any genre or mix. Easy peasy. Next one. Nikolai Selma Olsen. Are the features more limited than Modern and Massive in terms of tweaking and different cymbals drums to choose from? Again, this is the One Kit Wonder series. That means there is one drum kit and one selection of cymbals. There are faders, but they're sort of grouped, so you don't get a kick in and a kick sub. It's just a kick channel, a snare channel, toms, overheads, rooms, and they're all grouped to one. You can go in and change the balance, so if you want more room on the snare mic, for example, and again, you can route them out to your DAW to process individually. Tom Waller, does it foul and gent? George Alexandru Roatar, sorry if I don't know how to pronounce that accent. How does it compare to other kits with turbo all the way up from a sound perspective, ignoring that the other kits have more components? So with the turbo, because it's processing in real time through Contact, when Nolly dials in the processing, he's more limited to the tools available. Whereas this, they're pre-processed in his DAW, so we're using all sorts of cool software from other companies, including some of our own, to pre-bake the samples. Aniket Thiagarajan. Being relatively cheaper and smaller in size, are there any compromises made with the amount of round robins or the samples themselves in the One Kit Wonder series? No, they are all sampled to the same, or if not more, velocity layers and the same amount of round robins that we've done with all our other kits. The only way that it is compromised in the sampling is there's slightly fewer articulations than you'll find in our fully fledged libraries. For example, there isn't a flam articulation, and for this kit there is not a snare off articulation. Again, the reason we did that was to keep the costs down and just get it to load quickly. Low CPU loads, you can just load it up and you can get going without any issues. Steve Jenkins, I love what I've heard so far from the video. Thank you. What do the closed hi-hats sound like? I haven't really heard any grooves that are super hi-hat orientated in the sample tracks, like a Mike Clark, Dave Garibaldi vibe. Good question. In my song, Beached Things, the beginning section has closed hi-hats, so you can check that out there. Also, Blue Angel, or Snow Angel, one of those. The Nolly and Pliny video that they did for the Neural DSP Nolly and Pliny collab even, that was actually One Kit Wonder, Modern Fusion. And no one knew about it then, and it was a nice secret. But you can go back and listen to it and you'll totally hear the Modern Fusion kit on that, and there's nice closed hi-hats in there. Is this meant for mainly demo purposes, or did you guys create it to be actually a ready-to-go kit for full productions? Both. We wanted to provide something where if people didn't know how to mix drum libraries, they could just load it up and create sick-sounding demos with really full-sounding, fully processed... Did I click record? Yes. Both. We wanted to make something that sounds amazing for people who aren't able to mix or process stuff themselves. We just wanted to give them something which they could load up, and it gives you a professional album sounding drum kit to play with and demo with. But, you know, just because it's cheaper, we haven't lessened the quality, if you will. You know, this library is absolutely on par with our previous libraries, and you can for sure use it in your productions. Batterinette, how to set up EKit integration. Been following your Invasion tutorials, but that doesn't seem to work. Please email our support at hello@getgooddrums.com and they'll be able to sort you out, no issues. The nice thing about this library is that, as I said, it's all pre-baked in, so it has a really low CPU load, which means you can get really low latency for you EKit players, and yeah, fantastic. Nice one. Dylan Bourne, I really love the P4 kit and I feel it couldn't get any better than that. Thank you. I have Invasion 2. With that in mind, as I'd imagine you have all of them, I do. What do you see yourself using it for, / do I need? I intend to use it exactly for what we've marketed it at. Modern Fusion drum tones and quick and easy load up, set to go. As I've said previously, these are a new selection of samples that are in line with all our other libraries. They have different tones, recorded in a different drum room, and I think 3 of the cymbals are actually Meinl one-of-a-kind cymbals that we got made specifically for this kit, so you can't find those samples in any other library on Earth. It's a different flavor for the GGD group of drum libraries that stands up by itself alongside all the others, so it's just a new flavor. Patrick Ludwig, would this kit be viable in a commercial product to an artist who doesn't really care if the drum tones sound original or not? That's a very subjective question. I will say again, these drum samples are on tier with all our other libraries. So if you think the other libraries apply to what you're talking about, then yeah, I think. Lucas Kerr, if I wanted to create high quality music with the One Kit Wonder, would I still want to apply the various other plugins like EQ, compression limiters, etc.? Or does this depend upon one's own creativity in using less being... In using less being a minimalist songwriter and music... What does this apply on one's own creativity in using less being... What? Oh, I see. Or does this depend upon one's own creativity in using less, being a minimalist songwriter and music producer? You could do what you want with it. It's fantastic. If you want to put, you know, distortion on every single track, you can do that by multiing out it to your DIW. If you don't want to do anything to it, then you can just load it up in a stereo instance and you're good to go, bro. So, thanks for watching the OKW MF FAQ #1 video. I'll probably make another one if you have more questions. I hope you're enjoying the library. We absolutely love it. I'm using it on everything at the moment, and it sounds fantastic. Show us what you've done. Tag us on Instagram if you put up playthroughs, and if it's decent, we'll contact you and share it out. And if it's not decent, just upload more because we probably missed it. Thank you so much. You're great. We love you. Bye.